Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be reviewing the Maggie armchair. Maggie is a relatively compact armchair which is 74 centimeters in width, 89 centimeters in depth, 88 the height of the backrest, and 40 centimeters the height of the seat. I find it comfortable. I can tell that it gives a nicely bouncing support. The filling is polyurethane. It has a wooden structure which is supported by the metal structure that you see here. We'll more about it later. So we said relatively bouncy. It's polyurethane in high density. It's a special type of polyurethane which is high density, but it's also quite soft. So it's a density of 35, which means that the cubic meter of this material weighs 35 kilograms. So it's very reliable, but also quite bouncy. I really like the support of the back cushion because it actually feels, you know, when you sit on an armchair, you normally tend to lean back because you're relaxing or having a chat with a friend, and this back cushion is quite comfortable, at least for my height. It gives a nice support to my shoulders. Of course, I cannot rest my neck. I also like the feel of the armrests. They are relatively thin because it's this tube, I guess it's 25 millimeters, its diameter, but I find it comfortable. A colleague of mine, we were having a look at the armchair yesterday, and she was commenting that she would prefer more padded armrests, but I think I find it good looking because it has, of course, an open view from the side, but also quite comfortable. Here we see how the structure actually curves around the back of the armchair, and we see also that it goes down, becoming the feet that support the whole armchair, and we see the structure going below the seat. The structure is welded, and considering that the weldings are to be seen, they are not hidden below the structure or behind something, it's very important that the actual welding are very clean and good looking. While turning the armchair for the purpose of the video to show you the back of the armchair, I actually realized that this Maggie armchair is quite bulky, it's quite heavy, and this has to do with its meta structure and the overall build of the multi-layer wood structure and the high-density polyurethane. Of course, this is the sort of armchair that you don't normally move around in the house, but taking into consideration that it's quite heavy, I could lift it on my own anyway. The way it is covered and it is upholstered. So here we see it in fabric. It's available in fabric, faux leather, or in all the collection of our natural leathers. The cover for the fabric version is not removable. And looking into a practical fabric, it might be an anti-stain fabric, or it might be like this one, a fabric which doesn't have anti-stain properties, but you would choose it in a color that does not require frequent washing. And here we see the back cushion. The back cushion is only rested on top of the seat. It has an additional slight weight below in its lower part, so that it stays quite stable, and this is the only part which is for which you can remove the fabric. It is a feather filling, okay, and so this is it makes it quite soft. So let's dive into these two fabrics, which are Manciano and Sorano. Actually, we started our collaboration with this fabric factory in Tuscany, and this factory has created these two new fabrics, and they often give to their fabrics the names of certain towns in Tuscany, and these are Manciano and Sorano. They are in the province of Grosseto. And these two fabrics, they are quite peculiar because they are very high-end fabrics. They are made up of multiple fibers. You can see it in the fact that the fabric is actually quite interwoven with multiple colors, and it unites wool, cotton, viscose, linen, and also a tiny bit of polyester. Here, this is a simple color, I would say. This goes more into the the fantasy approach, because it has this sort of decor, but it's very tiny, and so you could use it as a decorative fabric in certain situations, or you could use it for a whole product, for example for structures, or when the piece of furniture is not too big, is not too bulky. For the structure you have two available colors, which is dark grey, anthracite grey, and bronze, and this is the bronze finish. I very much like it because it really varies depending on how the light falls onto it. So we've come to the end of today's product review about the Maggie armchairs. Thanks for staying with us, and see you next time.